Yo, what's going on, everyone? What up, what up? It's your girl, Miss DJ Hoodie, getting at you guys with another Why Run podcast episode. And up on panel, we got the angriest, the feistiest, tumbling raccoon on this side of town. We got Just Rap.
Boo. Double boo this time. Screw that.
Double boo, why? What
Because
happened?
we're angry.
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Yeah, folks out there are like, yeah, these two are weird.
Yes.
We're extra weird when we come together. Let's just say that.
That's why we get along so well.
Yes.
I
So-
found a weirdo to match my weirdness.
Like those two raccoons in a shopping cart.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
found my match.
Did you see that thing I sent you right now? That's you.
You sent me something on IG?
Yeah. I
Oh
thought that's
my
what you were
gosh, see, I
responding to
don't-
when you sent me the time.
The time.
You sent me the time.
This one? This last one?
Yeah.
The black and white one?
Yeah. That's you.
Yes. That's also someone else we know.
Yes.
Yes.
Same attitude. Same feistiness.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Yeah.
with someone's when they're being or when he's being dramatical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes, babe.
So why are you mad? Like, why are you angry, or do you not want to talk about it right now?
I'm not really angry. I'm just a little annoyed with how stupid people are, and why do we allow stupid people to breed? See, that sounded genocidal, so I'm just gonna shut up now.
Oh no.
No, I don't know. I'm just a little annoyed, but I'll get over it. I get over things fast. Why are you annoyed, babe?
I'm annoyed by the same thing that you are because I don't know. I just get fed up and frustrated with people when they depict themselves of something of a higher purpose than what they're actually doing, if that makes sense. Like,
Yes.
they put themselves like way high up there, like that they're like right next to God.
Yeah,
and-
that's what's annoying.
Right. Like and these people, they do nothing. They do nothing for their community. They do nothing for their families. Like, not even for the children that they have. You know, they're not friendly. Like, they're fucking fake. Like, just everything that's supposed to represent, whether it's God or just goodness or, you know, just anything that represents good in the world. These people are the complete opposite of that. They fucking do drugs. They're talking about where they're gonna get their shit from,
Yeah.
and they don't. Oh, it's just.
I
But
think part of what irritates me. I'm sorry. You want
no. Go ahead.
What irritates me is that I think there's other people that are like, oh shit, so this is what being a Christian is, or this is what being a follower of Christ is. Like, it turns people away from it. It turns people off from it. And not only that, but the people that accept it, they're like, oh, okay, cool, then I could still do everything that I want to do, still be an asshole, still be selfish and treat people like shit. And God's just going to accept it. So they are, like I said in the last
Yeah, I
episode,
know.
they are portraying themselves as like God-fearing and God-following people, but they're not. That's not who they are. That's not what they present to the world. That's just what they say, but they're not. Like, in the Bible, it does say you'll know them by their fruits. Their fruit, like, okay, if we look at their fruits, they don't have any. It's like a dead branch. We should cut it down. There I go, sounding like never mind. But yeah,
No, I mean, I just think, like, where your frustration comes from, I think, in my opinion, it's valid, and I think people that. I'm sure there's people out there like us that feel the same way about these types of people, and to them, they're gonna be like, "No, go on," because we feel the same way.
I think,
It's just a lot of people like them that are getting away with it. Nobody's saying anything to them.
yeah, I'm not that far into the Bible yet, but maybe I'll come across it. Another issue that I'm having with all of this is that they do know the way to salvation. So it is almost like, oh, okay, I got a loophole in. So I think the more I read into the Bible, I think there is a way for you to lose your salvation. I think one of them is, I think it does say that. I'm not sure, but I don't know where, but I think it says that if you blaspheme against God, then you'll lose your salvation. Yeah, you can know that the blood of Christ saves and all that stuff. You can proclaim it. You can cover yourself in the blood or whatever, right? But if you then use that to be like, oh, I'm holy and I'm right there next to God and I can heal and I can do all these things, and like you're putting yourself in the position of God, then I think you can lose your salvation. That's what I struggle with, because I'm like, I don't even know what name to use, but just think of the most evil person that you know. If they know that they could be saved through Jesus' blood, they have a loophole in, right? But again, I haven't gotten to the Bible where it says that you can lose your salvation. But just think about it. If you're thinking, okay, I'm this good person because I am, this is who I am, and I do love to help people, and you think, okay, I'm gonna get to heaven, but then you're also gonna see someone that knows the loophole in there. I don't know. That's what I'm struggling with, because it's like that's not fair. It's not fair, but I don't know. Again, I could be wrong. Maybe one day I'll come back and be like, yes, there is a way to lose your salvation. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
That's the struggle right now.
Not your struggle, it's their struggle. You know, like I don't think God would allow them to get away with it, even if they did find that loophole, because I'm pretty sure they should know if they're reading the Bible like they say that they do. But it's like they wouldn't be doing the shit that they're doing. But you know, it's I think you were talking about somebody else that was it was someone that you were, I don't want to say an altercation with, but you guys had a conversation somewhere. I don't know where, but where she was quoting the Bible, but it still didn't make sense why she was so livid, right? Like she was just going on this rampage and writing in all caps.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah,
yeah, and it's like she's quoting the Bible, but it's like she don't know what it means. Like she's just
yeah,
quoting it to shut you up, and that's what people do. It's like, oh, well, I'm gonna shut him up with this scripture, with this
yeah.
passage. But it's like, but here you are writing in all caps, and just because you're writing a passage does not mean that you're right. You're just writing it to, you know, you just posted it and adding at me, you know, tagging me in it, as if that's gonna shut me up, as
Mhm,
if I don't know my Bible or the
mhm.
Bible or our Bible. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
like when people say like I read my Bible, and it's like, well, the Bible is for everyone. First of all, second, I don't think you really understand what this passage means,
yeah. That's what I
because
got from that.
in my opinion, I think one passage needs to be studied like all day.
Yeah,
Like you can't just read it and be like, uh-huh, like right there, that's where I'm gonna get everyone. That's my
yeah.
loophole to shut everybody up. And you know, and yeah,
So
they're using it as a weapon.
there are people that read the Bible just to be able to steamroll other people, and that's not the reason you should be reading the Bible, right?
Exactly.
It should be to have a relationship with God, and that is the way that you. I think it says somewhere to commune with me.
Using the
How do you
Bible to
commune
get
with
their
me?
way. That just came to me right now, but go ahead.
Yeah, but the purpose of reading the Bible is
To win
so
their
you can
arguments.
start.
That just came again too. Sorry. Yeah, it's like these.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
exactly. That's
spirits
what they're
are
doing. That's
saying.
the opposite. I'm sorry,
Mm,
we're talking at the same time.
yeah, I know.
Um,
Sorry.
you should. So everything that you're saying, those are selfish reasons. Those are reasons to not read the Bible.
Thank you.
You shouldn't be reading the Bible to get those. Like you said. What did you say? Like to use it as a weapon against someone else. That's not what the whole purpose of reading the Bible should
Using
be.
it to win an argument.
Yeah. So people do that, and that's the funniest thing is because they take this scripture and they use it out of context, and then it's like, hey, keep reading, because if you keep reading, it tells you. So the verse that she mentioned to me, I was like, okay, she used it. I was like, I know what you're talking about, even though I haven't read it for myself, but I know the context of what you're saying. But keep going, because it tells you what the whole context of it is. And
Yeah, you're sitting there like,
right,
like
finish the
keep
quote. Right,
exactly. Yes.
keep going. Because then in this whole ass paragraph where she was practically yelling at me and typing, and I was like, why do people do this? I don't understand. But at the end of it, she was like something about receiving the Holy Spirit, and I was like, that showed me that they did not know what the hell they were even talking about.
It's like, where's your Holy Spirit, lady? Because I don't think how you're acting right now is the Holy
Yeah.
Spirit.
No, that's what she was saying. It's like, I don't know how to receive the Holy Spirit, and I was like, well, clearly you don't have it. Keep reading the Bible, and that was my whole fucking point from the beginning. And I know I'm cussing and I shouldn't be, but it just pisses me off, and that's what pisses me off. That's why I'm pissed off right now. But I'll get over it. That's not what this episode is about. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. But that also goes to prove and show that I need to read for myself. I need to be able to understand it for myself, because it does. There is a passage, and again, I don't know where. There is a scripture that says, "Be quick to hear, be slow to speak, and be slow to anger." But I also feel like it's been months that I'm dealing with this, of just listening to people use the word, use the word to benefit themselves, and I don't think that's fair, because we're almost using the Bible and well, not me, but it's almost like people. I'm just gonna say Christians, because that's what they're showing. They're showing that we're just using the Bible and God as a prop, and that's not what it's supposed to be. You shouldn't call yourself a Christian and then just act the whole asshole. So,
Word up.
but yes, babe.
Yeah, so that's what we're frustrated about. We're
Yeah.
just, well, I know I'm getting fed up with it because, I mean, this is our lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're constantly praying all the time. And, you know, we share things with one another. And we spiritually travel together. Spirits are coming to us. You know, we're getting,
Ooh.
receiving messages in our dreams. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you gonna talk about that? What happened in the last one?
Oh, shit. Yes. I'll play the clip. But as I'm pulling that up, can you please explain to
We're
the.
running out of time, but okay.
Okay, we'll do this real fast. But go ahead.
Okay, so if you were listening to the live show last time, Audie was talking, and then all of a sudden she says, "Oh shoot, I think we're calling someone." I couldn't hear it on my end. I couldn't hear the ringing, like a phone ringing, and then she kept stopping. But I don't know what on my side it sounded like she was chopping up, so I couldn't get a full, like a clear, what she was saying wasn't coming in clear to me. So she's over there talking. I'm hearing choppiness, and I'm like, "What?" Like we're not really talking to each other. And she's like, "I think we're calling someone," but I heard somebody say something on my end. And I was like, hello? And then I heard another thing, but I couldn't make out what it was because at the same time I think Audie was talking. And so I said hello, and then I thought I heard a name, like somebody say a name. So I was like, who? So that's what you hear me saying on the recording. On her side, you hear the ringing. You hear her talking about, like, can you hear it? I think we're calling someone. But there's a small part where I think neither one of us is talking, but it's right after the ringing happens. It sounds like somebody says, I hear somebody pick up. She heard something else.
Yeah, I heard, will something pick up?
And
But
I
he
heard,
hears, oh, go
will
ahead.
someone pick up?
Will someone pick up? I hear, will something pick up? But I found the audio clip. Rob clipped it, and then he sent it to me, and I clipped it again, and I did editing. So this audio, you're gonna hear it over and over and over. But I stretched out the audio because when you hear the original, this person says it really, really fast, so you almost kind of miss it. So I slowed it down, and this is the audio clip. See, will something pick up? But Rob hears, will someone pick up? I'll play it one more time. Drop it in the comments what you think this entity is saying, but that really scared the shit out of Rob.
Because a lot of, like you were mentioning, a lot of things have been coming through, and some are not good. So I don't know if this was a good spirit or not, but
Yeah, a lot of people think that spirits aren't just here to hang around, but some of them are. That's where I would always tell people that they're wrong, and there's just evidence out there. Because why would we throw that in our episodes to be like, oh my god, look at what we caught? Like, that's stupid. It's phony. It's fake. Why would we do that? Go ahead.
Another thing that I don't know if you can throw up the screenshots on there or if you want to, but so usually when we do the show, Audie calls me from the computer, from her Google number, and then that's how you can hear us both. So she took a screenshot of her phone, and there's no calls. Like, she's not making any calls at that time. And then on her Google number, you can also see that she's not making any calls. So the ringing that we hear, or that you hear, we don't know where the hell it's coming from. We don't know who we were calling. We don't, like, there's no number. It doesn't show that we did make a phone call. But yeah, I don't know what that was. I just know that I hear someone say, will someone pick up? And again, I don't even know what I heard on my side because I couldn't hear. It was all choppy. That's why I was like, hello? Who? I'm over here communicating with them, and I don't even know because I couldn't hear a clear voice, and I couldn't hear a name. I heard a name, but I didn't know what name it was, so that's why I was like, who? Because I thought that we were calling someone. Because she was like, you don't hear it? And I was like, no, because I didn't hear it. But then that's when I heard, like, somebody say something, and I was like, hello? And then they said something else, and I was like, who? But then that's it. I didn't hear anything. Yeah, that's creepy.
If you guys ever watch like Ghost Adventures or any kind of paranormal show, they always say that they catch like a Class A EVP, and within that, I guess I don't know, classified something, I don't know, but they would call this an intelligent entity or an intelligent spirit because it's referring to or it's aware of something or replying to something that's actually actively happening as it's happening. So with the ringing, with the phone ringing, it's responding to that. Like, it's commenting on that. Like, will someone pick up? So it would be completely different if a spirit came through and was talking about, like, somebody pulled my hair or something. And it'd be like, what the fuck? Like, because some spirits, when they come through or just out wherever, like at the hospital, cemetery, like, they're referring to other things that is going around them, or they're just stuck in that loop of trauma or something, right? But this spirit was actually commenting on something that was happening to us during a show. So that's why I thought it was intelligent of him when he came through, like, will someone pick up? Because, like, yeah, will someone pick up? Because I was waiting for someone to pick up. But I'm just like, who the fuck are we calling? Like, we're not calling anybody. This is weird. So, yeah, I did take screenshots, and I sent both of them to Rob. I was like, I'm not calling anyone. I'm like, were you calling somebody? And he's like, no, I wasn't calling anybody. So I was worried that maybe he was calling, like a family member or something, because obviously we're doing a live show, and we got to have permission for people
The
to
funny thing
be
is,
on the.
I'm
Go ahead.
sorry.
No, 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 go.
Well, first of all, I got like a minute before I go.
Oh
But
no.
yeah, I know. But I'll be back in like 10 minutes. But the funny thing is, when you said I hear a phone ringing, my mom's phone was ringing in the other room, and I was like, my mom's phone's ringing, but she picked up. I could hear her talking to someone.
Yeah.
So it wasn't that. That's why I was like, wait, are we calling my mom? But no, we weren't. Yeah, that's my alarm too. I gotta go, babe.
Okay. Well, we will be right back right after this. So stay tuned. And we are back. Hi, babe.
Hi, babe.
Man, he got mad at me. He was trying to message me, and I had my ringer off on my phone, so I had no idea. He's been trying to contact me for like what, 20 minutes, 10 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Yeah, about 10 minutes. I'm sorry, babe.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you want to add more to the madness, or are you just ready to get into this episode?
No, yeah, I'm ready.
You ready?
I'm ready.
You ready? Okay. Yeah, my paper went away. Okay, so yeah, so yesterday we were talking about the 8 signs to show that you are a deep thinker. We covered number 1, which was we enjoy being alone, and we talked also about the opposite of that, which I kind of feel like we could still go on forever about that. But we're just gonna go ahead and go into number 2. We can go into all of that in upcoming episodes, but they all pertain to one another. So that's a great thing about this, I think, because you think you're gonna get away through the loopholes, and nope, we're gonna fucking find you. We're gonna pull you back in by your fucking ankles. For damn sure. Oh, I hate to see people get away. But anyways, okay. So number 2, we are curious, and the notes say. We seek knowledge. We get motivated to understand general/modern knowledge. We allow it to impact slash not. We're not afraid to allow it, or we're not afraid to allow it to impact our reasoning skills. It creates deeper thinking, which is where we're not afraid to go. Do you want to add or speak on that?
Well, it does make sense. I mean, curiosity is good sometimes. And yeah, it does make you want to learn more. It does motivate you to understand more. So I would agree with it.
You're really
I'm
curious.
Yes, I am. I'm
You are.
starting to like.
He
I don't know
researches everything. Sorry.
if there's a difference between. There should be a difference between overthinking and deep thinking. Maybe I just need to figure that out. But I should research that. But,
True.
a deep thinker. Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Why I have all these books that I need to read. It is the. I love learning things. I don't know
What's
what
your
it is
favorite
about
subject to be like? What do you want to be the most knowledgeable about?
everything, life, life
But
in
what
general.
kind of life?
Everything.
Oh, just life in general.
Yeah, because I like to learn. I like to know what makes people tick, what makes people be the way they are. Not just people, but nature too. Like I study stuff. Like I sit outside and I just watch birds and I watch even the wind. I watch how plants move and stuff like that. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just dumb. And I'm just like dazed. No, because I mean I'm not just blankly staring into the void. I'm actually looking at things and I'm like, oh, like I'm understanding. It's almost like they're communicating. But yeah, I don't know what it is. Maybe it is the deep knowledge or the thirst for knowledge. But I've also heard that's what is it called? That it could be bad. I think you're the one that told me you're not supposed to know everything. We're not supposed to go digging for knowledge on things.
I only say that because like in spirituality, we all have our positions, our posts, we have our own like purpose, our own calling. And sometimes people, they just want to know everything and do everything, practice things that aren't in their practice. They could understand, how it works, but like don't try to learn it, or like don't try to do it yourself. Because at that point you would be overstepping, because we're all supposed to have our own place. Like, and we're only supposed to do that specific thing. So it's, I don't know. I'm not gonna share this with you guys. Like, I know I said it to you, but I didn't say everything. But like, for instance, if I wanted to, collect something. Like sometimes even that isn't a good thing either. Like because it's not supposed to be in your possession. So it's like you gotta not just pray about it, but like you gotta, I guess you gotta sit with it for a while and see how your soul feels about it, or like if you start to feel ill, or if you are, let's say, dreaming about it or something. Like the spiritual side is gonna tell you, it's gonna let you know that you're not supposed to have this specific thing.
Yeah.
So for example, tarot cards, that's one of them that it's not my practice, but I've done episodes in the past where I would get tarot readings done and they were fun. You know, like I would kick on a live show and I would tell you guys like everything that the tarot reader said was going to happen to me for that month. And, you know, for me, it's like, you know, it's fun. I believe in the reader. I believe in the cards. I believe in spirit. That's, you know, that they're calling out to help, you know, draw for me. So I believe it and I respect it. Would I ever get into that kind of practice? No, because it's not for me. And I know you guys hear me, right? You guys are hearing this. These are just regular playing cards. And when I shuffle cards, like more spirits come to me. So it's like, okay, just whatever it is, modern things that we're talking about or spiritual things, it keeps me from, I guess, letting too much of my energy out, right? And Rob knows that I need it. Sometimes during these kinds of episodes where we're kind of like going in on people that need to be straightened out, they need to be called out, or to people that are really curious about topic number 2. We're curious. So, okay, let me ask you, do you get motivated during your seeking knowledge? Like, does it motivate you to like, but not to keep searching, but like, do you ever get motivated on whatever that specific thing that you're searching?
Yeah. Well, I think when we research something, we're learning about it. The whole point is to either apply what you've learned to yourself or pass it on to other people. So when I'm researching things and I'm learning stuff, maybe it's not for me, but maybe I can help someone else that needs it, or I just store it until someone says like, "Oh, I was looking to learn about this." I'm like, "Oh, here's where you can find it. I've already done the research, or this is the information I got." So it does motivate me to keep going because obviously, like my whole thing is to learn and teach. That's I think my purpose in life, to serve. Like, what's the point of me getting all this information if I'm never going to use it or pass it along? So, because it is my purpose, I need to do these things. I can't just be like, oh, well, yeah, I want to deep think about something, but I'm not motivated to do it. Like, then I'm not doing my purpose, and then I get depressed, and then I get all sad, and then I'm isolated, and then, you know, I think that has a lot to do with depression and anxiety. People that are depressed or anxious, I feel like they're just not doing what their soul is calling them to do. So you have to understand what your purpose is and then do it. You have to do it. Otherwise, you are going to feel that way. And I know that some people, and I'm not saying all, but some people that are depressed are like, what? There's some that don't know what their purpose is, and then there's some that know what their purpose is, but then they don't know how to apply it. So I feel like being motivated does give you a way to apply it. Like I said, I either use it for myself or I give it to someone else. It's for someone else. So like when you were talking about the tarot cards and all that, like I'm curious about those things, but I also know that, you know, it's not for me. And I didn't, I guess, I don't know, like I used to, like you, I had a friend that would do tarot readings, and I was curious enough to entertain it. And most of the time when she would read for me, it was pretty accurate. But then one day I was just like, oh, I'm gonna buy some cards, and I didn't even know what the point of me buying the cards because it wasn't something that I felt like was my thing anyway. But I bought the cards, and you know, I would kind of shuffle here and there. If a card popped out, I would read it, and it seemed to fit with whatever I was going through. So I was like, okay, cool. It was something cool to try, I guess, but I knew that it wasn't for me. So I put them away. I don't use them, and I don't know, like kind of going back to what you said about if it's not for you, then they're not. It's gonna show you that it's not for you. So one of the other
can I
things
add to that really quick?
Yeah.
Are you gonna say more? Because sometimes we lose it.
No.
Okay. So one of the things that I find also that's fun is horoscopes. I love checking my horoscopes. I check it nearly every day to, you know, just to kind of see, not to be like, oh, I'm gonna see if it's right or wrong, like, you know, because you don't fuck with it like that either, you know. But just to kind of be like, oh, okay, so this is the type of day that I might be having today, or like and usually it's spot on. And it's fun. I've been checking my horoscope since I was a teenager. And I also respect where that comes from. You know, same thing with numerology. You know, and these things, like, you know, I have faith in them. It also comes from a spiritual place. And I guess since we're talking about curiosity, and curiosity in what we're talking about is a modern thing. But I think because we live both, like we live a spiritual life and a modern life, it kind of goes back to the description. It says we allow it to impact slash we're not afraid to allow it to impact our reasoning skills. And it also says it creates deeper thinking, which is where we're not afraid to go. So it's almost like you'll have people coming to me for my own teachings. Yeah, I don't do horoscopes. Yeah, I don't do tarot. Mine comes from deeper, like I don't use things like cards, or like I don't use
Yeah.
stones or anything like that. Like mine is spirits and intuition and things like that, right? So my whole thing is that we're not afraid to go there. Like we're not afraid to know, because some people, they'll come to me and they'll be like, I want to know about this, but don't tell me about this. And it's like, yeah, I don't hear that part. Like I'm gonna fucking tell you, I'm gonna tell you everything because you need to know. It's like you can't pick and choose. You know, with tarot cards, there's certain cards for certain things, or they'll be like, oh, this is a love reading, or this is a friendship reading, or this is a friends and enemies type of reading. Like you would have to go to someone for that other thing, because I'm just gonna throw everybody in the fucking bunch and I'm gonna tell you about each and every single one of them, even though you don't want to hear it. You're gonna have to. It's either me telling you this right now, or you're just gonna go through it and have your heart broken or be betrayed a lot more harder than how I'm telling you. So it's like, why wouldn't you want to go there? So, does that have anything to do with curiosity? Not for me. I'm just not afraid to allow whatever, whether it's good things, bad things, worse things, or aspats. Like, I'm not afraid of it impacting anything in me, because it's going to hit me either way. So, we're going to get into the opposite sides of that. But you want to add anything before we go into the opposites?
Well, what I was going to mention before, when you said that if it's not for you, it'll let you know. I started
Yeah.
actually I came across this video, and it was talking about, I guess, like the dark side of God. It was I guess that's the whole point of what that video was trying to tap into. And as I was watching it, I just felt like I wasn't supposed to be watching that. Like, that's not for you. So I exited out the video, and I felt bad about it, because I was like, it is almost like that's not for me, and I'm still curious about it. I'm still so disobeying, pretty much. I'm being disobedient. And I was like, yeah. So the way that I took it was like, if your parent, your mom or your dad doesn't like something, and you're doing it anyways because you want to do it, and it hurts them to know that you're being disobedient to them and that you're going to get hurt. So I don't think it had to do with, like how do I say this? I know that people might think like, oh, because God does. Oh, okay. Something just came through.
I
know
kind
that
of figured. Oh,
people are going to think like, oh, because God doesn't want you to know his dark side. I know God's dark side. I see it in the Bible.
and I really know his dark side.
Just reading some of the books in the Bible, the beginning books is like, yeah, if you don't obey, things are going to go wrong. Some things are going to happen, and it's not good. So just be obedient. It's not even like he's trying to control you, because that's why we do have free will. We do have the choice to do good or bad. And when people choose to do bad and then have discipline or have consequences to their choice, then they want to blame God and make God to be like he's the evil one. Back to the fire thing, putting your hand in fire. Your parents are trying to stop you from getting hurt, right? Because they know it's going to hurt you. It's not because they're trying to control you. It's just they know it's going to cause you pain, so don't do it. But then there's some of us that are like, no, I just want to touch it and make sure for myself. And it's like, okay, do it then. So it's not that God he's trying to hide that side from me. That's not the point. The point was the video, I think. And again, I didn't watch the whole video, but I think the video was trying to make it worse than what it is. Like, God does those things to you because he's evil, not because it's the consequence of you not obeying. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that's why I was like, oh, okay, I see why. It's almost like, instead of coming to the source, like, hey, I'm just going to say this, but it has nothing to do with my mom. But like, if I heard a rumor about my mom, and instead of coming to her and asking her about it, I just believe what they said. Does that make sense?
Oh my gosh, I know a shit ton of people like that.
And then I just started treating my mom in a different way, instead of coming to her and being like, hey, this is what I heard, is it true? And then going from there. But it is that way. That's how I took it. I was like, oh, I'm hearing something about my father that I'm not supposed to be hearing, so I'll just come to the source. And that's what I did. I prayed about it, and I was like, okay, I get it, I understand. And that's what kept me from going back to finish the video. But as far as like the cards and astrology and stuff, or horoscopes, I know that there are people that learn those things just so that they could use it and then be like, oh, I have gifts from God. So I know that there's people like that, and I think that's also part of the reason why I don't do it, because I don't know. I don't think it's my job to read someone. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because I think the only thing that I can read off of people is if they're lying to me. Like, if they're telling me a story and they're leaving things out, I can see the part that they're leaving out. And then I can just ask them about it, like, oh, why did you lie about that? Or why did you leave that out? And then they'll be like, oh, shit. So it's like, in a way, I am reading them, but I don't think that I can see someone and be like, I know everything about your life. I can't do that. So it's not for me. It's not a gift that God gave me, so it's not for me. But so you were gonna talk about the opposite of being curious.
Yes. Well, you guys know me. I have to throw a shit ton of people under the bus because that's part of my job, my spiritual job. That's why I said I know the dark side because that's initially where my abilities come from. So we're going to talk about the opposites of being curious. Now, let me tell you guys something. The things that we're telling you guys, you should be these things or try to be these things or try not to be these things. So when I talk about the opposite side of being curious, I'm telling you, if you feel any of these things on the opposite side, you need to get right. Okay, so the opposite side is they don't want to find out. Remember I told you guys that? They don't want to find out. They stay afraid. They're okay with where they're at. They're scared to find out what other things are like. They're more into opening their mouths rather than thinking about what they're saying. So those are the people that fucking flap their gums, talk out the side of their necks, talking shit. And they're just talking like they don't know what they're really saying. They're just talking shit. So if you do any of these fucking things, or if you feel any of these things, or you're probably in denial that okay, like for example, the first one, they don't want to find out. People that don't want to find out about themselves, like they can't hear anyone tell them about who they are, how they are, they just dismiss it, and they're just like, talking shit back or whatever. People like that, they do stay afraid. They're afraid. You're afraid if you fucking act like this. And what was the next one? They're okay with where they're at. They're so fucking afraid of change. They're afraid of good, positive change. They're afraid of change that's going to change their lives for the better because they think any kind of change is dangerous. It's bad. It's a threat. They're scared to find out what other things are like. They're afraid, like they talk shit about the white picket fence. They're scared to live on the other side of the white picket fence. Why? Because there's butterflies, there's birdies, green grass, animals. There's people like, hi, neighbor. They're fucking scared to death of those things. They're afraid of the fucking rainbow on the other side. They're fucking afraid. Their minds can't get around that, wow, that place looks like heaven. But to them, they're looking at that like that's a fucking death sentence. Like, that shit's funny to me. But anyways, again, they're more into opening their fucking mouths. These are the people that don't listen. They have zero curiosity. They're just, again, happy with where they're at in life. And, this is pretty much everybody. Like, they just want to stay home, fuck around on a platform all fucking day, and kick back, being fat asses on their couch, smoking weed, and as their significant other fucking goes to an actual job to put food in the house and pay the bills. Like no need to like, oh, I want to help or, whatever. And then you got fucking assholes out there that are just like, they're used to the same car. They're used to the same job. They're used to seeing the same person every day. They're so cool with not saying anything to anyone, or they're so cool with zero human interaction. Like, they're so cool with like just the same old shit, right? Like, there's no creativity. There's no like imagination. And I said this in a previous episode, like, when are these motherfuckers ever happy? Like, and I'm going to stand by that going through each and every single one of these topics because I just don't see it. Like, if you choose to be on the opposite side, like, well, I don't see nothing wrong with that. Well, then admit it then. Admit that your life is over. But see, that goes exactly back to they don't want to find out. They don't want to hear that their lives are done. Their life is over. See, and they're just being like, well, how do you know that? And it's like, oh my gosh, right now, the way you're acting and the way that you're living your life as if you don't have any children. You're living your lives, you're going on about your lives as if you don't have parents. Like, you're going on about your life acting as if you don't have bills. But you're more focused on, let's say, you got to have your liquor at the end of the day. As long as you have a pack of cigarettes, at the end of the day, you're good. Like, what? And as long as you can talk to the pieces of shit that are pretty much identical to you in your lives, as long as you're talking with them because those are your peoples, right? Like, that's your little sorry ass community. You're cool with that. Like, let me tell you guys something. You guys can take it as my opinion. If you're a negative fucking Nancy, you're gonna fucking say that anyway. So you saying it back to me isn't doing anything. You wanna know why? Because you're the opposite. You're the opposite. You can't say nothing to me because I'm telling you how you should be. You should not be the opposite. You should be the curious one. You should be a person that can enjoy being alone. They can enjoy being with someone, the love of their life, and they can be okay with a bunch of people. But if you're saying, well, what's wrong with being the opposite? Everything's wrong with that. Again, when are you ever happy? And I'm not talking, oh, well, I'm happy when I clock out at work. I'm happy when I take a shot of liquor. I'm happy when I get to fuck my... Oh, my God, I'm not even gonna... That's a fucking... That's a pussy fucking answer. I just, and these are the people like, oh, wait, you don't know what goes on in my day. Yeah, because you're afraid to talk about it. You're afraid to talk about the good. If there's anything good in your life, you're not going to fucking say it. And I'll tell you why. You're afraid to fucking say what makes you happy because you're afraid that somebody is going to talk shit on it and fucking speak the truth about you. Because people won't ever dare talk about the time that they took their kids to the park because they think that someone is going to talk shit about their kids. And you want to know why they think that? Because they're the ones that talk shit on other people's kids. So that's why it's either they're fucking afraid to talk about it or they think, oh, I got to protect my kid. Like, okay, so what are you doing wrong that makes you think that anyone would want to attack you? If you're a good person, no one can attack you. So what bad or wrong shit are you doing to where you are looking over your shoulder like a fucking crazy person, a psychopath? What are you doing wrong that's making you look over your shoulder and thinking that you got to protect your kids from who? Who did you piss off? See, it just fucking goes way out, right? Like, see, all of these things is part of the reason why these people are the way that they fucking are. And it's everything. And this is just the opposite. This is just a few things that I've written down. And see how all of this shit just wiped out. And these are these same fucking people. So if you are any of these things, you need a change. So again, if you don't want to find out about where you're going, that must mean that you don't have any fucking goals. You got no direction in your life. Okay, your life is over. Admit that. Admit that you're a piece of shit. Yes, you should have things going on. Because if you have things going on, you become a better human being to society, to your community. People never forget a good person. But also, people like me that have my abilities, yeah, we never forget a shitty person either. That means you're not getting away. We're not letting you get away. You're going to pay back. You're going to get whipped. And you need to get whipped. So, if you are the type of person that you're afraid to find out, and you stay afraid, you're afraid, but you'll never admit that you're afraid. Why? Because, again, that psychopath attitude, looking over your shoulder like, holy shit. Like, yo, why are you scared? I'm not scared. Dude, I barely touched you and you flinched. Fucking pussy. And if you're the type of person you're okay with where you're at, if you think you're a good person and you're cool with everything, you must have a lot of money. Because nobody is okay where they're at if they don't have a lot of money. If you're okay where you're at, you're probably a narcissist. Because they act like they're so cool with everything. Huh?
I said I am a narcissist.
Yeah, I used to be one.
Who, me or you?
Me? I used to be one.
Well, I'm saying I am one then.
You're okay with where you're at?
Right.
You want me to explain that one to you? Because I already told you that before. You're not supposed to do anything else, babe. You're already doing your purpose. So you have to be okay with where you're at because that's where God put you. That's what God assigned to you. That's what he appointed you to do, is to do the work that you're doing now. I'm talking about all the other pieces of shit out there that they could be better people, but they want to be assholes.
You're talking about the ones that are comfortable in misery?
Yes.
Yeah,
it's like, my God, get the fuck off the earth. Oh my
yeah,
gosh.
I'm very at peace where I'm at spiritually, and
Oh my God, you're such a narc. Just kidding.
I am. I like where I'm at. I don't need to be overly stimulated with people. I don't need, I have what I need. I'm good.
See, so that puts you back at number one, where we enjoy being alone. And you do use, what was it? Yeah, we seek time for self-growth and competency. Competency. Equalize.
Yeah, there you go. Just make it up. Make it as you go.
Yeah, so see, these people that they aren't curious about, like, They don't care about what something good or bad impacts them with any kind of skills, right? Like for growth, or like we're not afraid to go there. Like these people, they will argue with you to keep you from taking them there because they're afraid to go there. See, us, we're not afraid to take it there. Like we'll fucking drag your ass over there and we'll make you face it. These people will fight, they will argue with you, they will talk shit to you over and over and over, name calling, 5-year-old tactics to avoid confrontation. But yet they want to confront you when you don't do what they're forcing you to do. So again, don't be this side of don't be on a negative side of shit. Seek knowledge, stay motivated. It says understand general/modern knowledge. Understand what the fuck. Just understand what the fuck. Just understand what the fuck is going on. What it is that you're looking at. Like what you're feeling or what someone else is feeling. Because Rob said, yo, I watched the wind. Well, that's stupid. How can you watch the wind? Wind is invisible. But see, Rob, again, is looking at how the trees move. Or if he looks at a cloud, 1 minute, 2 minutes, the clouds are on the other fucking side of the sky. Like, oh shit, the wind is moving east to west. Mm-hmm. That's science. It's simple as science, but it's science. But see, people that are not curious, they have no interest in nothing, would be talking the most shit. And it's like, damn, you literally have no brain. And they're just like, I'm just worried about getting money. That's all I give a fuck about. And I get pussy all day. Oh my god. Yeah, these people have zero reasoning skills. They have no creativity, no curiosity. And they're fucking afraid. They're just afraid. So sometimes when I look at people and their anger, they're very mouthy. They like to lip off and just look like an entire jackass and not feeling any kind of fucking shame. You're afraid. You're afraid. You're fucking afraid. Behind that big fucking truck, you're afraid. That's why you act and lash out the way that you do. My lashing out is completely different than their way of lashing out. Is there anything you want to add? I'm sure there's a lot of things.
No, honestly, I was sitting here thinking about what do I fear? Have I ever really feared anything? Yeah, there's things that I don't want to see. Obviously, huh? No, I'm not scared of spiders. I don't like creepy things. I don't like creepy crawly things. But
yeah, hence the audio that we played earlier.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm gonna be afraid of that, and I'm never gonna babe, there's a ghost in my house. Remember last night?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he
off,
takes. Oh, what?
Oh, your thing cut off.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, that was me.
I'm
yeah,
here.
Rob sends me a picture of a cleaning product on the floor, and he was like, see, I need to clean. They're telling me I gotta clean.
Yeah. The spirits are like, hey, you need to do something here. Go clean. But no, I mean, I don't know, I can't even say that anymore because before, I don't even know when it happened, but I used to be afraid of obviously losing loved ones. I didn't even want to imagine my day or my life without my family, without a family member. And then at some point, because of my faith, I have faith in God, and I don't know where they're going to end up. I don't know where I'm going to end up, but my faith keeps it to where it's like, okay, I don't fear whatever that is, whether it's for me or them. And I think because of that, I don't have the fear anymore. I still have hope, right? I think for people that are super miserable and that they're okay with being miserable is because they've lost hope. And like you said, I mean, you don't have a life anymore. You're not even alive. You're just here. You're just taking up space. And I'm not saying go do it. I'm not saying go take yourself out. I'm just saying you got to search for what's going to motivate you.
Don't take yourself out, okay?
Yeah,
Change. Yeah. Change yourself. Prove us fucking wrong. Because again, you think we want to be right? That you're a piece of shit? We're trying to tell you not to be a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm not a piece of shit. Okay, prove it. Change.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I say these fuckers are afraid, they're afraid of losing an argument. They're afraid of you being right and them being wrong. They're afraid to apologize. They're afraid to say the words, I'm sorry, you were right and I was wrong. Yeah. See, and that's the fear. And yeah, when you said oh, I'm afraid to lose loved ones, See, these are the things that they won't even go there. See, that's what I'm talking about. They cannot and will not. They will forbid themselves to even think about a loved one dying. See, us, that's reality. We're not afraid to I'm not saying plan your funeral. Like, we're saying that, huh?
I have my funeral planned.
Yeah, I don't. I probably should. But see, that's what I'm saying. I probably should. See, I'm not afraid to talk about it. Those assholes are afraid to talk about it. They're afraid to talk about their own funeral, them dying, or one of their loved ones dying. They'll be like, oh my God, don't talk about that. Shut the fuck up with that bullshit. I don't want to hear about that shit right now. See, that's what I'm talking about. They're afraid. These are the same people that don't want to find out. They don't want to go there. See, if you're a strong fucking person in the brain, and you what?
What? I'm trying to interrupt.
Oh, sorry. Wait. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I know, I was trying to be quiet. But earlier when I was saying, like, I used to be afraid of that, I think not just because of my faith, but I feel like it also made me realize that if I'm feeling like we're not going to see each other, or I'm going to be sad when they're gone, it's because I'm not using the time that we do have wisely. Which it goes to what you're saying about these people. It's like, okay, you already feel guilty for something that you're doing. So either you're not spending enough time with them, you're mistreating them when you spend time with them, or you don't love them. So don't act like, I'm afraid that I'm going to lose my mom. You have to look at why. Why are you afraid? Go spend time with her. Go treat her the way that you're supposed to be treating her, or any loved one. We seem to think, like, we really forget, and we take advantage of the fact that we think we're going to have another chance. We always leave things for tomorrow, not understanding or not believing that tomorrow's not promised to anybody. It's so easy to forget that all we have is the present time. We could get off the phone right now. Anything could happen. I could fucking die in a second. And I don't want there to be any regrets of, like, oh, we left things for tomorrow. We left things unsaid. I think that is part of the reason why we're always saying I love you, not just to each other, but I'm making it a thing to say it to people that I normally don't say it to. Because I used to be like that, like, oh, in my family we don't say I love you. we show each other that we love each other. But you made me realize that sometimes people need to hear it. People need to be told that you love them. So I do try and do that more. Because again, you just never know what's gonna happen. And I don't want for them to feel that way. I don't want to feel that way, that things were left unsaid and that I didn't appreciate them when I had them. So again, that's another reason why I'm not afraid of people dying. Because I feel like while they're here and I'm here, I'm making the most out of the time that we have together. That's what I was going to say. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, you're good. I think people need to hear that too, because you're making people realize what more, because your perspective is of course going to be different than mine, or my perspective is going to be different from other people's, and you're more relatable, I guess, to people, because I just stay angry. I just stay mad. That's the difference between me and Rob and our spiritual abilities, is that I do focus more on the negative side of people because everybody's getting away with it. I mean, look at how people are acting. So I think Rob talking about this side of things it needs to be said, because I'm pretty sure people just get tired of me talking and being mad all the time and saying pieces of shit. And if people don't like me saying pieces of shit, then they know I'm talking about them. Maybe.
I don't like it when you call me a POS.
Are you telling on yourself?
No.
But they need to hear your way of thinking too, like how you look at things, because I do think a lot of people, I feel you are admired by a lot of people, but they just don't fucking say it. Like what you were saying, you're starting to say it a lot more, and that's what people need to fucking hear. People do need to hear it, and just not be like, what are you afraid for? Like, it's like, are you afraid that someone's gonna laugh in your face or something? And if they do, fuck them. Be like, oh, okay, you're the wrong one.
I think we do have a harder. It's a mental issue. Obviously, we do have a mental block, thinking people like needing to be vulnerable. But I think that's also what people need. In order for someone to open up to you, you need to open up to them. But people are afraid that they're gonna use this against me, or they're gonna make fun of me, or they're gonna say that I'm weak. Or I think that's another one reason why men.
Sorry.
What?
No, go. You're gonna lose it.
No, I'm not. My memory is coming back, babe. My Alzheimer's is gone. I forget. I forget if it's true or not. But anyway,
I think I'm losing it. Go ahead.
Go for it.
I think I forgot it. Just keep talking. Maybe it'll come back.
Yeah, I think I forgot mine too.
See, my shuffling's fucking up. I don't know if you hear it. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh dear. The cards are telling.
They're talking.
No, I was gonna say.
What was I saying?
Oh my gosh, stop! I'm gonna lose it again. So what I was gonna say is that, okay, if you think, or if you're one of those people that are thinking like, oh, they're gonna make fun of me, if I come out and say it, that should fucking tell you right there that you're hanging out with the wrong fucking people. You're hanging out with people that don't care. You're hanging out with people that don't know their own fucking feelings either. But see, when you're rolling in the same circles, you don't know what you're missing because you're all doing this shit together. Not talking about your feelings and like, oh, like I love you, or oh, I was thinking about you today, or oh, I miss you, or like, oh, I thought about you today when I was at Dollar Tree. Like, it's people are fucking like, what the fuck are you scared for? I just, I don't know. For me, I find that a strength. If you have enough fucking balls to go up to someone that you were really genuinely thinking about and being genuine with them and not being afraid of whatever the fuck they say, you are stronger than them. And if they brush you off, like if you give them a hug and they're just like, they're trying to shrug you off, they are not your person. And yes, it could be like, oh, well, they're just not used to it. They should respect you enough to just hear you out. If they can't, they still are not your peoples. They're not. You can make excuses for them. I'm going to tell you the same fucking thing. Like, oh, they'll get used to it. Okay, when? Oh, well, I just need to express it more to them. Okay, go on then. Have a one-on-one, heart-to-heart. And see how they fucking act or react as you're telling them. And if you watching them look and move uncomfortable, that should make you uncomfortable. Like, oh, I can't trust them with my words. I can't trust them with my feelings. Even to the extent of, I don't think I could trust them with my life. And yes, your life is not something to fuck with. You don't fuck around with your life. Yes, take it to that extreme. Because if something happens to you, who the fuck are you going to count on? You can't count on them. You can't. Find people that really fucking got your back. They can kid with you, joke with you, take a joke, but also comfort you, hold you, dry your tears. All of those things are fucking important. Say what?
I said I've made some people cry.
Good. Keep making them cry. If they cry once, you're like, yeah, we had a heart to heart. Yeah, wait until the next big thing. We'll see if they cry again. Because if they don't, you just let them get away. You let them get away. Like, oh, I just had to cry once with him and I'm in the clear. Because really, if it's not the person, that's their soul. Their soul thinks that they got away with it. Because many a times, there's a lot of fucking evil entities that are controlling the emotions of people. To where people don't even have fucking feelings. They don't have emotions. And those are the ones that I fucking question. Mm-hmm. But see, why am I looking like I'm the crazy one? Oh, you're too sensitive. Yeah, and you got no feeling at all. Look at you.
I think I mentioned it before here too, that my dad was the type to be like, you guys don't show your emotions to anybody because that's what
yeah, thanks, Dad.
Right, but it also, I think growing up, I did think that way, and obviously, I was listening to what my dad was saying. I can't go against my father, but I noticed too, while forming my own relationships, I didn't like the way that. See, even when you tell me like, oh, you're not as expressive as I need you to be, and I'm like, I'm doing the best I can. Like I'm learning to. It's not good enough. Try harder.
Yes.
But I feel like I don't know when I started saying, okay, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna say what I feel, and if people take it the wrong way, then oh well, that's not my problem. Because I did go from never saying I love you to never asking someone like, hey, are you okay? Or like, I could tell that people were not okay, and I would still not say anything. And then at some point, and I know that platform that we were talking about the other day, I know when I first started on there, it was like a fresh start for me. I was like, okay, I can be myself 100% here. Because I wasn't afraid that I couldn't be myself with the people around me. It was
don't
when
tell me that you're starting to feel like you can't.
What?
Oh, sorry. Go like you're talking.
No, what?
No, go ahead, baby.
I know that what I just said, it sounded like I was using that place to be myself because I couldn't be myself in my own life. In a way, yes, because, again, in my household, we don't tell each other that we love each other. We don't just randomly walk up to each other and hug each other. So for me, it was like, that's the type of love that I want to put out there. And the only place that I can do that is on this platform. So I wasn't afraid to tell people, like, hey, I was thinking about you today. Or, oh, shit, like, it's nice to see you. I was thinking about you. Or at some point, I got real close to one person and like, I would tell this, like, I never tell my brothers that I love them. This dude, like, I would call him my brother, and I would tell him I love them in public. And I did not give a fuck that people were like, oh, that's weird. You guys are telling each other you love each other. And it's like, what's wrong with you? But I could also tell, like, if I was thinking about a person and I would hit them up and I would be like, hey, I just want you to know that I thought about you and I hope everything's good. The people that would come back and be like, did you need something? Like, those are the people that only get told that when they do need something from them. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I was like, okay, I know what type of person I'm dealing with, and I know how to approach them. I can't just come and love bomb them and then, be like, oh, well, why aren't you giving me the same kind of love? It's not like I learned to read people more. and again, we're doing this through social media, so it's not like in person. But I was able to strengthen my abilities to kind of receive and read people. And I think that that's also the reason why so many people were so open to me, and that they were like, oh, this is genuine. This isn't like you're not putting them on the front. I could talk to them in private the same way that I could talk to them in public. I was not afraid to tell another guy, like, hey, I was thinking about you today, and then be like, oh, no homo. Like, I don't care if you take it that way. Do it. I'm not trying to hit on you, bro. Like, relax. I know you want me to. You kind of present me with teddy bears, but no, it's not that way. So it was a place for me to just be 100% myself. And because of that, I think at some point I was like, I don't see the reason why I can't do that. If I could do it with perfect strangers, then I could do this with the people in my life. And I took that step, and I was just like, okay, I'm just going to, again, with me and my mom, like, yes, we love each other. Like, I'll do anything for my mom. She does anything for me. We show each other that we love each other, but we never really say it. And we never used to hug each other. Now I hug her every time I see her. So I don't want to, like, I don't have that fear of like, oh, when she's gone or I'm gone, we're going to have that regret. So in a way, it did make me I don't want to say a better person. I wasn't doing it for selfish reasons. I was just doing it to be myself. So that whole, oh, don't express yourself, don't tell people anything because they're going to hurt you and all that stuff, that fear that was instilled in me, it's not there anymore. I'm not afraid to do it. Now, am I perfect at it? No. I do still have times where I catch myself going, days or weeks without saying it to someone, or with you. I know that I still don't react the way that you want me to, and I should be fine. I think, I don't know how to do it, how to be more like, oh, shit. Like, I don't know how to do it, all that stuff. So, I don't know, maybe I'll find it, maybe I won't.
What are you talking about? Like my reactions to things?
No, the way I react to things that you tell me.
No, like you matching my energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're fine. You are fine.
You're like, I already gave up on that.
Yeah, I gave up. Yeah, I gave up. It's fine. No, I'm kidding. Well, no, like, because we, in a past Wyron episodes, like we do or we have promoted compromise. So for me, like, I do understand that you're not going to react the way that I react because you do sound, sad, sleepy, and sexy. But like I understand that about you. Like I that's just your I don't want to say your mood. That's just how you talk. You're just you're very calm. And me, I'm just hysterical. Like, I do get beside myself. Like I'm just like that. Like I react that way. I'm just in disbelief and I'm like, oh my fucking God, are you fucking kidding me? Like I'm just like that. Like I'm just fed up already. And you're not like that. So all those times when I did feel like dude, like you can't what has to happen for you to match my energy on anything, because it's like people have questions about you and like they're curious about you, and like that's the only thing that I'm curious about when it comes to you, because everything else I do know. Like I just don't think there's anything in this world that would make you be as hysterical as me, and that's okay. I understand that now.
Well, like, for one, gravity. I can't jump in the air of happiness. Like, no, I can't do that. And then I also can't get high pitched when I am excited.
No, you do.
I don't know what
this guy. Yeah, you do. When he's trying to get my attention on the phone, he's like, "Hey, hey!"
No, I did that when I was
cracks me up.
Yeah. No, but
that's the only time.
I was gonna say it could be a flaw, but it's also it is also the reason or the ability that I have to not be hysterical in a moment where people need stability. Does that make sense?
Yeah, true that.
Like at a scene of an accident, what the fuck is the purpose of all of us running around not knowing what the fuck to do because we're all frantic, because we're all overreacting? I'm the one that steps in and I'm like, okay, everybody calm the fuck down. You go do this, you go do that. Like it is that whole stoicism ability that I have to be calm in a situation where it's not calm, because.
Oh my God! Are you? I'm gonna cry right now. Are you pertaining to your neighbor's accident?
Yeah.
Because I'm seeing that right now, and I wasn't even there, and I feel like I'm gonna cry.
Well, yeah.
Oh my gosh! Go ahead. Sorry, I'll mute.
The perfect scene for that. No, because yes, in the moment, internally I was hysterical. I'm watching this man that I've known for 25 years fucking taking his last breath in front of me, and I can't help him. So yes, internally I was like hysterical. Outside, I'm looking at people just running around not knowing what to do, and I'm like, everybody just chill. Because we're all like, so there was this one guy, he just handed me a phone, and I'm like, I don't even know what the fuck this is. The guy didn't recognize it was a phone, but he wanted me to talk to the dispatcher. So now I have the dispatcher telling me what to do. I'm trying to describe the scene to the dispatcher. Everybody's just everywhere. It was a chaotic scene. And in that moment, I feel like I was the only one that was like, okay, I just need to try as much as I can to keep him alive. unfortunately, he was in a situation, in a part, like physically in a place where I could not get to him. But I feel like, and that is a kind of like a little bit of a regret that I have, because I feel like if everybody knew what the fuck they were doing, or even if I was able to get them all in what is it called?
Involved.
Instead of everybody running around not knowing what to do, if they would have allowed me to be like, hey, 3 of you guys fucking pull this card forward. If you guys pull this card forward, we'll be able to at least get in there to do chest compressions. Somebody will be able to get in there to, like, put a tourniquet on his leg. We could have done more had people just stayed calm instead of being all hysterical. And I feel like that is, I guess, what I provided to the scene, just being able to stay calm in a super chaotic scene. But I understand when I'm talking and I sound so all sleepy and tired and shit, it makes me feel like, damn, can you show some emotion? It's like, I do have emotions. It's just, I don't know how to express them. Give me a second.
See, there it is.
There it is.
I love it. I like when you says, wait a minute. I like when he says that.
But,
oh my gosh, if I was there, I would lose my shit, to be honest. Like, yeah, I would just be crying. And Rob said this to me before. He's like, you cry over people that you don't even know, and like you don't cry for people that you do know. And it's like, well, the majority of the people that I know are pieces of shit. I already know them. But like, I don't know. It's I guess it's like what you said. Like, you're an empath. And please, baby, what's the definition of an empath? While we're talking about it.
It's the ability to feel other people's emotions.
And what do people mistake an empath for?
Psychic?
Yes. To the dumbass that fucking.
Yeah, it's not the same thing. And no, you're not an empath.
You're a dumbass.
You're too selfish. You're a dumbass.
You're a dumbass.
See?
Not you.
No, I said see because there was some emotion to that. You're a dumbass. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Oh, yeah, like that's the thing. Like, I'll watch videos of people like what?
Before we lose it, before we go into another topic,
okay.
Have you noticed that when something good happens, or like, you get very happy, or what did you call it? Not hysterical. I don't know, when you're happy about something that happened, and I'm just like, oh shit, like, yeah, that's cool. Have you noticed that for like 3 days, maybe after that, I'm still smiling about what happened? The good thing that happened to you?
What happened to me? What good thing happened to me? Nothing good happens to me.
Don't do that.
Oh, what?
Anytime that you're happy about something, I'm still thinking about it and still smiling about it. So just because I don't jump for joy and I'm not all hysterically happy doesn't mean that I'm not happy for you.
I want you jumping up and down.
I can't do that. I'll break my ankles. Remember, I'm brittle. I don't have calcium, babe.
Oh, no.
Gonna break my foot.
Oh, no. We don't need that.
No, we
I
don't.
already strapped my dad's foot. So I don't want to have to do that to you. I need you to be good, babe.
Yeah. So I'll just internalize it, okay? I'll be happy for you and smiling 3 days later.
Yes, you do that, and that's what makes me happy. I just feel like I just need to keep going. So that's why I keep telling you, thanks for continuing to believe in me, because like the belief in myself, it runs very, very short and very, very thin. Because I'm out there, I'm just out there like in the world, and sometimes things just don't go right, or I just come across the wrong people, and I am trying to be a lot more better with that shit, but at the same time it keeps me from doing my ability, so that's fucking hard. But that's for another fucking podcast. So but I do appreciate that Rob is there for me through everything, good and bad, horrific and terrifying, to frolicking in the valley. So.
It also reminded me when you said that air is invisible. It's not really invisible if you think about it.
Yeah, if you throw sand in the air, you'll see it.
That's actually what I was thinking. You can see it.
Yeah, you can see it. You can see air. Oh my gosh, we're gonna get somebody being like super technical.
You're stupid.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Science
Well,
says
technically,
you can't.
you can't.
You know what else I
my
was seeing?
gosh. What?
When there's a breeze and your eyelashes float, like glitter. That's you looking at air. You can feel it. You can see it in the plants. You can see it on grass.
You can see it in the clouds.
Yes, exactly.
Yup. Sheesh. Water is air. Fucking sea creatures breathe in it.
It provides
That's
it.
air. It's an element. It's energy. You can see energy.
And vapor is... Oh my god.
Oh
that
my
was funny.
goodness.
This is not smoke. There's a difference. I think that's a little too specific. Let's just bring it back a little bit. Is there anything else
I
you
almost busted out in my accent.
No.
Damn, bitch, drink water. For goodness sake.
Speaking of water,
Anyway. Damn. Woo.
so we done.
Yes, I think we're finished with topic number 2, which is be curious. Be curious. It's okay to be curious.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Well, what did the cat do?
It was curious. I don't
About
even know
what?
that. I don't know. It's just one of those cliche sayings. Curiosity killed the cat.
Well, they got 9 lives. I think they're good.
I think it has to do with that. I'm not sure. I might have to look it up.
No,
I know there's somebody listening going like, "Oh my God, you moron!"
you moron.
You moron.
You moron.
There's obviously things that I need to learn. See?
See, we're not afraid. We're not afraid to know the real reason behind.
And we're not
Curiosity
afraid to
killed
admit
the
that we
cat,
don't
or
know.
where 9 lives came from. Sorry, what?
You can't hear me?
I can hear you now. I think I was talking over you. Sorry.
No, I was gonna ask you. Do you think they really do have 9 lives?
Do I think cats have 9 lives?
Yeah.
Spiritually, yes.
Mm.
Modernly, no.
So what? They die and their
No.
spirit goes into another cat?
No. They just
Why are you looking at me like that? I saw you looking at me.
Yeah, I did the eye roll. My eyes got big and rolled.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, he just really asked that.
Yeah, he used to call me out when we first started talking. He was like, "Why are you rolling your eyes? Like, don't roll your eyes at me." And I was like, "What the fuck? Like, are you serious right now?" I was
I
scared.
did. I saw you.
That was too on point. And he kept calling out which color shirt I was wearing, and I was like, "Whoa!" And I never posted any selfies, never sent him pictures or nothing like that.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, you're wearing a blue shirt today," and I was like, "Oh my god."
I think, well, now that I've seen your wardrobe, I think I would be cheating if I was to be like, "Oh, you're wearing this color shirt." You know what? I am starting to lose that ability of seeing
No
colors.
way. Oh.
The colors and the numbers. For some reason, the numbers are close, but they're not what I'm seeing. So I don't know what's going on there, but yeah.
Well, babe, you're doing more other important things than calling out the cards that I shuffle.
Yeah.
So it's not you.
Oh, that when you were doing the White Run show a long time ago, like 2 years ago, and I saw the number 2, and then I saw your face. I saw you looking at the screen like, what the fuck? But I did see you were shuffling the cards. Someone was talking up on the panel, and then I saw the number 2. I don't know if it was a diamond or a heart, but it was a red 2. And then I put it in the chat. I was like 2, and then you looked at the chat, and I could see your face too, and I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. And this was way back in the beginning.
Yeah.
Before we were officially together.
Yeah. He was impressing me. And usually, like people that just come out from nowhere, like it's hard to impress me when you just come out like that, because there's a lot of people that say that they have abilities and things like that. And, I try not to test people either, because if I test somebody and if I get disappointed, I want nothing to do with that person. So like, because it's like, okay, I don't fuck with frauds. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's why I don't like to test people. It's like, okay, you say you have abilities, well then do them.
Yeah,
But
and I
like
never
when you
even
see
told
how they
'cause I didn't know what
practice,
that was.
yeah, because I was like, wait, you do?
I know, and this was what, maybe 2 weeks after we started talking.
Yeah, that was a shock to
That
me.
I was like,
like,
oh,
how the
yeah,
fuck
I
you
can see
know?
things. I see things, and I read people, and you're like, oh shit.
You're just
Like
like
that.
me. I was
You're
so
wearing a purple
happy.
shirt. Oh, I just saw that purple shirt. Are you wearing that?
No,
Were you wearing purple that day?
what day?
February 31st. No, I'm just kidding. It's not I think you were
I
wearing
would
purple
say-
that night, though. The night that I told you not to roll your eyes at me. Or not to not do it. I think I was like, don't roll your eyes.
Yeah, I was wearing a purple shirt. Well, it was a
Yeah.
purple sweater
Yeah.
because I remember wearing my hoodies talking to you.
That was
Ugh.
it's
Where
coming
the
back,
fuck did
baby.
that sweater go?
Yeah, I haven't
Holy
seen any of
shit.
your hoodies. I've seen the ones that you got after we got together. I think it's an orange one, the blue one,
The pink
Um,
one,
the
that mint
pink
green
one.
one.
yeah. But the ones that you had before that, no, I've never seen.
Yeah, I gifted Rob one of my, man, that one was like the top one that I felt like I wanted to have that one forever. I was like, yeah, I'm not selling this, because I used to sell some of my hoodies
Mhm.
that I got DJing, like, because I used to promo like FUBU and
It's a badass jacket too.
dude, man, I wanted Rob to have it so bad. I was like, I want you to have something of mine. I never wore it before. It still has the tags on it. It was a fucking what was it?
Timberland.
Huh?
Timberland
Yeah, a Timberland hoodie, or was it a hoodie or a jacket?
jacket. It's a jacket.
Damn, that was like my number one piece. And I was like, I want you to have it, babe.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, you look good in it. I was
It's
like,
almost painful to wear. It's too nice.
yeah, I wanted him to have it. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yes.
She cleaned me with her jacket like they used to do in high school. Like throw on my Letterman jacket. I'm like, yes, babe. Like I own you now. That's how they used to claim their boyfriends and girlfriends.
Mm-hmm. You want to go get a soda?
Yes, let's go get popcorn.
And go under the bleachers?
Yeah.
Yes, babe. Yes, babe.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you something pertaining to that, but I'm not gonna say it on the show.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not explicit or anything, people. It's nothing like that. It's just something that I thought about that was really funny.
Okay.
But thank you, baby, so much for joining me on this Why Run podcast episode, talking about the 8 things that make you a deep thinker.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes, babe. And we haven't decided yet, but we will probably go live on Friday. We haven't really decided if we're gonna get back to our normal scheduling things or schedule. Did I say that right? Oh my gosh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing it.
I know. A regular schedule.
Okay. Yes, thank you, babe. But of course, we will let you guys know on our Twitter x.com/Miss DJ Hoodie and or x.com/Rob's Just Thinking, or you guys can check out our community tab post. And I wanted to just do a little shout out. I created a Why Run podcast exclusives. So yeah, I will post a link in the description and it will take you guys to the webpage and you guys can read all about it, make a decision, check out I posted 2 Why Run podcast exclusives episodes, and those are just little previews that you guys can sample and you guys can make your decisions from there. But yeah, we will probably check you guys back out right back over here on Friday. So yeah, thank you guys so much for pressing play. Don't forget to add, rate, comment, subscribe, follow, and share, and we will check you guys out in the next Why Run podcast live. Peace.
Bye.